I welcome all the science and technology students to my YouTube channel. We are going to discuss a very important topic today. That is, the topic of the day is ozone depletion. Ozone depletion. Ozone depletion. In this video, I am going to explain three things mainly. First, before studying the depletion of ozone, first you have to understand what is ozone. What is ozone? So the first thing I am going to discuss what is ozone and where the ozone is present in the atmosphere. Where it is present. Where it is present in the atmosphere. The second thing, what is the function of ozone? Function of ozone. Third thing, the third and last thing, we are going to discuss how the ozone depletion occurs. The depletion of ozone by ODS. By ODS. ODS means, ODS in the sense, ODS, right? ODS means ozone depleting substances, the chemical, right? Ozone depleting substances. So, we are going to discuss the first thing, what is ozone and where it is present. Right? One by one, we will discuss. Right. Ozone, what is ozone? Ozone is a molecule. Ozone is a molecule. O3. Ozone, it is a molecule which contains 3 oxygen atoms. Right? Second thing, where are the ozone present? Right? And the atmosphere consists of 5 layers. Atmosphere consists of 5 layers. The first layer of the atmosphere is called troposphere. Troposphere. Right? And I'm explaining the layers of the atmosphere from the lower to the highest, which means from the earth to the top. Right? Top. Right? Troposphere is the first layer from the earth. Right? It is a layer of the atmosphere. It is the first layer of the atmosphere, troposphere. The second layer of the atmosphere is called stratosphere. That is called stratosphere. In the second layer called stratosphere, in this layer we have ozone layer. We have ozone layer. The third layer of the atmosphere is called mesosphere. In the fourth layer, we have thermosphere. The last and the topmost layer of the atmosphere is called exosphere. Exosphere. So now you have understood that atmosphere consists of 5 layers, the major layers, right? 5 layers. Ozone, right? Ozone is a molecule. I have already explained to you. Ozone is a molecule that is containing 3 oxygen atoms, and ozone is present in the stratosphere, the second layer of the atmosphere, right? Stratosphere. Right. So now you have understood what is ozone. And ozone is a gas, right? Ozone is a gas, right? Gaseous molecule, right? Which is containing 3 oxygen atoms. So ozone. The second thing we have to discuss what the ozone does, right? What is the function of ozone, right? Ozone is a trace gas. Trace, right? Trace gas. Trace in the sense, it is present, it's a minor gas, right? In the stratosphere we have many gases. It is a minor gas, trace gas, but it does a very important function, that is the ozone layer, it absorbs the UV light from the sun. This ozone layer absorbs the UV comes from the sun. So UV radiation or the UV light, it affects or it is harmful to the human, right? So let's assume this is the stratosphere. In the stratosphere we have ozone layer, right? This is ozone layer, right? This is ozone layer. Ozone layer present in the stratosphere, right? UV, right? When UV light or UV rays, when UV light or the UV rays, right? When it penetrates through the atmosphere, this ozone layer absorbs nearly 98% of the UV light or the UV rays are absorbed by the ozone. Right? It's a UV is a harmful ray or the harmful light to the human. So ozone absorbs these harmful rays and helps the human, right? That helps the human, or it protects the human it protects the humans. So UV is a harmful ray, therefore it protects. The ozone layer protects the humans from the UV rays. So now you have understood what is ozone, what it does, what is the function. It is a trace gas present in the stratosphere, even though it does a major function, that is absorbing. It absorbs the UV rays, which is a very harmful ray to the human being, right? The third thing we are going to discuss how the ozone depletion occurs. As I already discussed about the ODS. ODS means ozone depleting substances. ODS means ozone depleting substances. Ozone depleting substances. Right? So, how the ozone depletion occurs? How the ozone depletion occurs? By this ODS, right? ODS means ozone depleting substances, right? What are the ozone depleting substances present in the atmosphere? CFC is the major ozone depleting substance. CFC or HCFC, right? NO2 gas present in the atmosphere, as well as carbon tetrachloride, right? Carbon tetrachloride. These are the gases, or these are the substances which depletes the ozone layer, right? So, how the ozone depletion occurs? We will discuss the chemical reaction that is taking place in the ozone layer. Right? In the stratosphere, there is an equilibrium state between the ozone and the oxygen gas present in the stratosphere. In the stratosphere, we have ozone as well as this oxygen gas. So both are gases. There is an equilibrium between these two gases, O3 as well as O2. Right? How the equilibrium is existing? O2, when it absorbs this O2 gas, when it absorbs UV rays, right, it becomes oxygen, right? It becomes oxygen gas, O gas, which is an element, right? The O2 gas absorbs UV and dissociates into two oxygen atoms, right? As well, oxygen gas may react with O gas and it may form O3, which is ozone. From the oxygen, now the O3 has been formed or produced. O3 has been produced. Right? This is how the O3 is produced naturally from the oxygen gas. And the second thing is O3 gas, it also absorbs the UV, and it becomes O gas and O2 gas. Now we have seen that from the O3, the O2 has been produced. As well, oxygen gas, O3 gas, when it reacts with O gas, it produces 2O2 gas. Now we can see from oxygen O3 has been produced, as well as from the O3 O2 has been produced. This is the natural destruction of the O2 and the natural destruction of the O3, which means it is in the stratosphere there is an equilibrium between the O3 and the O2 gas. From O2 it produces from the O2 it produces O3. From O2 O3 is produced. So therefore there is an equilibrium state between the O2 and O3 gas in the stratosphere, the ozone layer. The natural destruction of the ozone, right? Natural destruction of the ozone occurs by absorbing the UV rays. This equilibrium or this equilibrium state is collapsed. It is being collapsed by the ODS, or ozone depleting substance. How it occurs, we'll discuss. Right? So now you have understood there is an equilibrium between the O2 destruction and O3 destruction. Otherwise, in the O3 is produced and O3 also produced from the same O3 as well as O2. Right? How the ozone depletion occurs? How this equilibrium is collapsed? Right? The equilibrium is collapsed, or in the equilibrium, the balance is disrupted by the gas. The major gas is CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorofluorocarbon, there are different types of chlorofluorocarbon, right? Mainly we'll talk about the chlorofluorocarbon, which is having 2 chlorine atom as well as 2 fluorine atom. Contains carbon. The chlorofluorocarbon CFC contain carbon, 2 chlorine atoms and 2 fluorine. There's another type of chlorofluorocarbon which is having 4 chlorine atom and 2 fluorine atom. These two are CFC, right? It causes the depletion of the ozone. How it occurs? We'll see. CFC gas absorbs UV and it produces, right? This absorption results in the formation of chlorine radicals, Cl dot. This Cl dot causes the depletion of ozone. This Cl dot reacts with O3 and it produces ClO dot and oxygen. Earlier, when we discussed the natural destruction, O3 is produced from O2 and the O2 is produced from O3. Now, Cl dot reacted with O3 and it produced O2 gas. So the equilibrium state between the O2 and the O3 is collapsed by Cl dot, which has come from the CFC gas.